Good morning, everyone. Some lights don't just shine, they guide the way and make a difference every single day. Today on Vision Access, we feel truly blessed to welcome a guest who gives her best. Tanya Balsara Madam, a name we admire, whose work for the blind continues to inspire. Through her center, she's planted many seeds, teaching skills and meeting real needs. With patience, with purpose, with powerful care, she is built confidence, learning everywhere. So, with hearts full of thanks and minds open wide, we welcome her with honor and pride. Now, over to Tanya, Madam.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here with us today. I am Tanya Balsara and I'm here to present to you about Tanya Computer Centre. Let's begin the slideshow. You will be able to hear my screen reader and path, so I hope that is okay with you guys. Okay, let's start. F5. Slide 1, Tanya Computer Centre TCC. Left parent. So the very first slide, as you can see, is titled Tanya Computer Centre, and we started in 2006. We started on Jan 16, 2006 in Mumbai, and Tanya Computer Centre is supported by Madison Resource Foundation, that is MRF. Madison Resource Foundation is the CSR wing of Madison World. Madison is India's communications company. Let's go to the next slide. As goes, slide 2 about TCC. So like I said, Tanya Computer Centre was born on Jan 16th, 2006. Now let me tell you how we got this idea of starting a computer center. Way back in 2004, a gentleman named Mukesh Jain used to come to my place. He said, he'd like to learn computers. So I said, okay, you come. And my family saw this, and that is what gave them an idea of starting a computer center. So then my dad approached the trustees. The then trustees of MNB used to live in Malcolm Bagh. That's where we live now. And luckily the trustees agreed, and that's how we started on Jan 16th, 2006. And like I said, we are supported by Madison Resource Foundation. We started in Mumbai, but we now also function in other parts of India. Thank you, Madison. Thank you, MRF. Let's go to the next slide. Slide 3, Board of Directors. On the board of directors of Madison Resource Foundation is my lovely family, to whom I owe a lot. Without them, I would not be where I am, of course. So there's my dad, Sam Balsara, my mom, Homai Balsara, my ever supporting sister, Lara Balsara Vajivdar, and her husband, Kaizar Vajivdar. There's also my uncle, Soli Balsara, and yours truly, that is Tanya Balsara. Next slide. Slide 4, TCC in Malcolm Bagh. As we saw above, in the slides above, earlier we used to operate from MN Banaji Industrial Home for the Blind. That's a vocational training center opposite Malcolm Bagh. We operated there from 2006 to 2015. However, then there were some problems that took place there, and therefore we had to shut shop there, and we relocated to Malcolm Bagh. That's where I live. And since 2015, we've been operating from here, from Malcolm Bagh. Next slide. Slide 5, like computer literacy, heading left Y. Now you would be wondering, why we decided to venture into the field of computer literacy. As we all know, the knowledge of computers is extremely important. After my graduation in the year 2000, I enrolled for the basic computer course. And as I look back, that truly changed my life. So we decided to give the same experience to my fellow visually impaired. And that's how we decided to step into the field of computer literacy, because we all know how important the knowledge of computers is today. Apart from its own benefits, we also know it's helpful in getting a job. And we thought a visually impaired person can also learn this skill and gain employment. Next slide.
As notes, slide 6. How do visually impaired people use computers? How?
So many a times sighted people ask me, how do you use the computer? How do you use the mobile? So on the computer, we have screen reading software. The one that we use at TCC is JAWS. So there are other screen readers also. So what these screen readers do, they read the text, or they read the, they read what is what is on the screen, and they also read what you type. So that's how I get an idea of whether or not I'm making a mistake. And when the course, at the beginning of the course, we also learn the keyboard and we teach our students the keyboard. So I am aware of the keyboard, so that's how we know what we type. The only difference here is we don't use we don't give any commands with the mouse. We use shortcut keys. And there is no braille marking or anything on the keyboard. It's a regular keyboard that you use. The only added thing that we have is the screen reader. Similarly, on the mobile, on Android and iOS platforms, there is a screen reader. But on the mobile, the screen readers are inbuilt. They just have to be activated. Here on the computer, it has to be installed. It doesn't come with it. However, of course, now Windows does have its own screen reader called Narrator, but we still prefer JAWS and other screen readers. Next slide.
Slide 7. Tasks performed by visually impaired using.
So you would think, and you would wonder what a visually impaired person can do using computers, or what the screen reader would be able to do. So there are various tasks that a visually impaired can do on the computer using these beautiful screen readers. And that is why we are very thankful to technology for changing our lives. So with these screen readers, we can prepare Excel sheets, we can prepare Word documents, we can prepare PowerPoint presentations like this one that I just did. We can also use the net, send and receive mails, order things online. So of course, with the internet, we have the world at our fingertips. Apart from that, visually impaired people use accounting software. We are able to test apps and websites. So there is a whole lot of stuff that one can do if he or she knows computers, thanks to these softwares. Next slide.
Slide 8. JAWS vs NVDA. JAWS.
So a couple of slides above, I mentioned to you about JAWS, that is the screen reader that we use. There is also another screen reader called NVDA. Now let me tell you a little bit about JAWS. JAWS is an American software. It stands for Job Access with Speech. It's made by an American company called Freedom Scientific, and it is it is a licensed software. And you cannot buy it directly from the US. You have to go through a dealer. The dealer of jaws in India is Karishma Enterprises, based in Mumbai. We spoke about NVDA. NVDA is a relatively new software, but it's open sourced, and it stands for non-visual desktop access. It is, I would say, it is gaining popularity now, but for some reason I am still partial towards JAWS. I guess to each his own. All right, next slide.
Slide 9, courses taught. Heading level 1, courses.
Courses taught. So when we started TCC, we were only teaching the basic computer course, which goes on, which we still do, and that goes on for a period of 6 to 8 months. We recently started a course on accessibility testing. That is where students are taught to, say or to note down or to prepare reports stating the accessibility of a certain website or app based on some guidelines. This is also a very important course, we feel, because knowledge of these guidelines gives them a better chance of joining the workplace. Apart from computer training, we know the importance of knowing English. So therefore, we've also recently started classes on spoken English. So whilst our computer course runs offline, the spoken English class runs online. So if there's any visually impaired from anywhere in India who'd like to learn spoken English, do ask him or her to reach out to me. Next slide.
Slide 10, other activities. Heading level other.
So these are our ongoing courses: basic computers, spoken English, and accessibility testing. But we also have workshops, one-off workshops, like we just finished a course on PowerPoint. We recently also had workshops on Google Meet, Zoom, and Teams. We had another workshop on Google products. We also have one-day workshops. So like if there is a certain app that is very popular and useful, we invite someone and help our students learn that app. So in fact, there is also an app called NovaFlix, where movies with audio description are uploaded. So we have such events also where we invite the makers of the app and give our students the experience of audio description. So it's all in all a holistic experience, a little bit of fun, a little bit of learning. So that's how it is. Next slide.
As notes, slide 11, fun activities. Have fun.
So you guys would be aware all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and that is what we at TCC truly believe in. Since 2006, we have gone for several picnics. So our picnics don't happen that often, but whenever they do, they are the most sought after and looked forward to. So we go to, they are just for the day. We leave in the morning and come back at night. We go to some beaches or to a resort or to a farmhouse. The last picnic that we went for was to a resort in Mumbai called Shangri-La Resort, and we had a good time with all the slides and stuff like that. Apart from picnics, we also have get-togethers on occasions like Diwali and Christmas, and we also have outdoor events with other organizations. So we recently collaborated with National Sports Club of the Blind and organized a Garba event. We once collaborated with the Blind Graduates Forum of India, where we had a workshop on some topic. So our whole intention is to, benefit the visually impaired community. Next slide.
As notes, slide 12, proud moment.
So like I said, the basic computer course is for a period of 6 to 8 months. And at the end of the course, after we finished a few batches, we have a convocation ceremony where all the students who've completed the course and passed the test are given certificates. So at the end of the course, there is a test, and based on their performance and overall attitude, attendance, etc., they are given grades. And we also have a chief guest that comes to motivate them, and this chief guest hands over the certificate to them. That is again an outing that many people look forward to, because we all get to meet and network. We've had very interesting chief guest. Once we had a lady who was paralyzed, and in spite of that, she was a marathon runner and things like that. So we invite such motivational people to talk to our students. Let's go to the next slide.
Slide 13, TCC in other locations. Attack.
I mentioned above that Madison Resource Foundation has adopted TCC, and thanks to them, we have the mission of making every visually impaired Indian computer literate. And we have taken small steps in this direction. In 2018, we collaborated with Blind Persons Association and set up some centers in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad and other smaller towns like Disa, Saila, Kaparganj and Valsad. We also collaborated with Site Savers and set up centers in MP, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar. And our recent center was in Pune with Mamta. Our partner in Pune is Mamta. So as of today, we are in about 15 locations all over India, and we hope to spread our wings further with your good wishes. Let's go to the next slide.
Slide 14 about our partners. Heading level about.
So above I mentioned we've partnered with different organizations like Blind Persons Association, Site Savers and Mamta. If you wish to read about them, you could check them out online. And I've also mentioned here in my presentation the link to Site Savers website. So if anyone is interested, I can email my presentation to you, or I can just share the link with you if you guys want. Next slide.
Slide 15. Link Tanya's message audio.
Okay, this is a little audio that I've prepared for you guys.
Link Tanya's message.
Thank you everyone for being here with us today. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation and look forward to seeing you again. If you wish to start a computer center in your vicinity, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you all and have a great evening.
Tanya's message on
Oops, sorry about that.
My final assignment.
So that brings me to my last slide on our email ID. If you wish to start a computer center in your vicinity, feel free to reach out to us. The email address is tanya@tanyacomputercenter.com. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.